Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 1 and we are going to explain about critical thinking. Group 1 consists my friends Dimas Budi Hartono Putra, Dinda Anissa Rahmadila, me Miftah Nur Fadila, and the last one is Kak Sali Putri. We have topic about the urgencies of critical thinking, the definition of claims, issues, arguments, and other things. But first, let me explain about the urgency of critical thinking. First, let me explain what is the definition of critical thinking itself. Critical thinking is the ability to think clearly and rationally about what to do or what to believe. So it is different from the common thinking. You have logical reason behind what you say, and you do it consciously. You have a problem to solve and you think about it consciously and come up with solution. Meanwhile, the emotions one may best be defined as feelings. So you say something based on your feeling. It can be conscious or non-conscious. Just like when you're mad, you think, you act unconsciously. You may feel anger at someone's arguments because he borrowed and failed to return your arguments or something. So you take an action based the emotions. The third one is recognize logical flaws in arguments. So the urgency of critical thinking is you could know where is the flaws in the arguments. The first one, how you know the flaws in the arguments. First is you can choices that contain descriptions of different flaws. So someone give you many options, many descriptions, but it's so different, not just many but different. And you could find if the reasoning in the argument is flawed because the argument fails to rule out the possibility that. Like this clue tells you to be on the lookout for a possibility that the arguer has overlooked. If someone said something or he said just randomly, not based on something, not according to something. The fourth one, what is the urgency of critical thinking is attend to contradictory, inadequate, or ambiguous information because just like what I said before, critical thinking can sharpening your mind. So you must be, if you understand well about the critical thinking, you must be know what is if you're mastering the critical thinking, you must be know the difference between what is contradictory, inadequate, or ambiguous information. The next one is avoid overstated conclusions. Sometimes someone give a conclusion, it's too overrated, it's out of the context. And the next one is correctly and precisely use evidence to defend the argument. The last one, logically and cohesively organize the arguments. That's all the urgency of critical thinking.
Okay, my name is Dinda Anissa Rahmadila and I will continue Miftah. In slide 6, simply, the act of evaluating using rational judgment to bear a simple definition and learn to cultivate as a skill. It will definitely improve the interaction and develop the skill, and this ability will enable people to make a greater effort to concentrate on situations related to any matters and emergencies. The next slide will explain it by Dimas.
Okay, I want to explain the second slide about understanding the difference between claim, issues, and argument. For the first, issues. Issue is simply a question to determine what exactly the issue is. It means issue is the first start of mind idea, and for the next is claim and argument. For the claim is anything with a true value, either true or false. It means with one of any person say the bicycle is so fast, and the other people say yes. The people agree with the issue if that bicycle is fast. So the argument are a set of claims, statement and conclusion taken to be supported by the remaining the premise. It means the argument is the final of issue and claim. For the conclusion about the issue. Okay, thanks.
Okay, my name is Dinda Anissa Ramadila. I wanna explain again about slide 8 is an argument. An argument is set of claim, one of which is meant to be supported by the others. Several claims can be made, but it isn't an argument unless one of them is offered as a reason for another. A set of statements that claim that the premise of its statement is true and reasonable. In conclusion, intellectual process leading to a reasonable conclusion. Argument, its mean set the claim support. There are good argument and bad argument. The good argument is first is deductive arguments. Deductive arguments, the premises in the deductive argument, if true, is proved and demonstrated its conclusion. Is said to be valid, which means it isn't possible for the premise to be true and the conclusion is false. In order of an argument to be deductive is just be valid. Valid when it's impossible for the premise to be either true or false. An example, premise in deductive argument: Jimmy Carter was president immediately before Bill Clinton, and George Washington Bush was president immediately after Bill Clinton. Conclusion: Jimmy Carter was president before George Washington Bush. It is impossible for this premise to be true and its premise to be false. Therefore, it is valid. But Jimmy Carter was not president after Bill Clinton, which makes this example a false, valid deductive argument. Okay, next, two inductive arguments. The premise of the argument does not demonstrate whether the conclusion is true or not. It supports it. Inductive arguments don't prove or demonstrate the conclusion, they support it. This means that, assuming they are true, they raise the probability that the conclusion is true. The more support the premise of an argument provides for a conclusion, the stronger the argument is said to be. This is the example. An example: nobody has run a mile in less than 3 minutes. Therefore, nobody will ever run a mile in less than 3 minutes. This is inductive because the premise supports the conclusion and doesn't demonstrate it. What makes inductive arguments stronger is the more support a premise gives the arguments make it stronger. And what makes inductive arguments is weak, the less support from premise give an argument makes it weaker. Example for relatively strong inductive argument is Juan lives on the equator. Therefore, Juan lives in humid climate and balance of consideration. Reasoning that requires weighing consideration for and against thinking or doing something. For bad arguments in deductive and inductive arguments is vice versa. Things that are mistaken for arguments is picture, movies, or phones can create premise, conclusion, or argument. If then statement can be premise or conclusions, but on their own cannot be arguments. List of fact A because B. There are explanations, not an arguments. Thank you.
Okay, I will explain about the last slide. It is explanation, the difference between explanation and persuading. Explanation, as you can see in the slide, is an argument, is a rationale in which the reason present evidence in support of a claim made in the conclusion it proposed to provide a basis for believing. Meanwhile, persuading is the act of using argument, reasoning, or appeal to get someone to take a course of action or change his or her point of view. So from the slide, we can conclude that explanation are used when there are no doubt, and so an argument it is unnecessary explain assume. Here also we can conclude and we can say what is the difference between argument and explanation. Argument and explanation can appear quite similar at first glance. We need to be able to spot the difference between them. Explanation give reason that intend to show why something is the case. There is no attempt to persuade us of something, as the statement that is explained will be easily accepted. The explanation will be a statement of accepted fact with one or more other statement. They explain how this came about. So the explanation is a reason or reason given to explain why or how something is the case. Meanwhile, the persuasion is the act of using argument, reasoning, or appeal to get someone to take a course of action or change his or her point of view. Individual try to persuade others to do things their way, to think like they think, and even simply to leave them alone. So why the explanation and persuading needed in a critical thinking? So in critical thinking, you should meet and have a good argument to make people believe your point of view. So you should create a great argument. So the great argument contain the persuading and explanation. We think it is enough for the explanation about the critical thinking, and we can conclude our presentation here in the final slide. Critical thinking is a skill, so fortunately we can improve it by practice. I think today is enough for our presentation from Group 1. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.